When it comes to our feet, they're very, very complicated. For example, bunions should not be surgical, right? And when it comes to like the NFL combine, the big toe extension, how high you can lift it, is actually measured as a risk at how susceptible you are to injuries. Just your big toe. Okay? So I'm going to kind of go over here. Since the big toe is directly connected to your glute, if you have bunions, more than likely you have poor balance because that big toe kind of caves in, it shuts off. That nerve supply to the big toe is basically cut off. Now what you want to pay attention to is this arch right here, right underneath that big toe, okay? And another side note when it comes to things like plantar fasciitis, this area right here, okay, your heel should have its own little mobility away from the bones in your foot as well as from your shin area up here. It should be all on its own here. There should be some mobility. Now what happens here when this area on the outside underneath the ankle bone here becomes very, very hard and stuck, that restricts that mobility. All right, so between that and your big toe, if it's caving in, this area, okay, we need to wake it up. We need to relieve the tension off of it. Okay, if you have something like this, great, fits underneath here, you could turn it, then you get the area where that heel should be broken up. Okay, if you don't have something like this, golf balls are the best. Racket balls are too squishy because when you try and put some pressure on it, it's just going to squish, right? Tennis balls too. Baseballs might be too big. They might fit under the arch okay, but when you try and get on the outside here where the crucial area for that plantar fasciitis, you're going to need something smaller, okay? This isn't the most pleasant when you're foam rolling on your foot, okay? Especially if you want to stand and really hammer into some certain trigger points wherever you're feeling it. That's going to be a great tool for you. Now, after you relieve the tension in your foot, okay, just lay a towel, sweater, t-shirt, whatever you have. Spread your toes out as wide as you can. Really reach down and grip, right? And mess with the tempo. Grip, 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 hold, right? Hold and lift. Let it go. Pick it up again. Grab it. Just really wake up those toes. Okay, because the other thing to keep in mind is these extensors here. Ladies, if you wear heels a lot, the more you wear heels and the tighter this becomes elongated and weakened in the front. Okay, so after you mess with the towel or shirt, whatever you're using, here, the good old impatient toe tap, right? You're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting. Okay, you could do a seated standing. And another thing you could do is add like a weight plate, just something heavy, something with some weight right along your toes, and then you lift it. If you're doing barefoot, it's going to be a lot better. You can spread your toes out and spread that weight distribution for your extensors. That's how complicated our feet get. Yes, you need to train them kind of like you do arms and chest and back, right? Different muscles, different responsibilities. We tend to neglect our extensors in the toes, and everything just naturally goes to the back here, okay? So there's some tips to help open up your feet, your toes. After you do that, you might want to foam roll your calves and stretch out your calves as well because more than likely they're just too tight.